Groomed Liars, Chapter 1. When I was a young man watching television, I believed in what the people on television had to say. After all, I was young and they were older, and I figured they were more knowledgeable than me. It never occurred to me to question their authority. But now I am old, and I am much older than the so-called experts who speak on national television. I don't doubt that they're smart, but I do doubt whether they have the experience to speak. I wonder why I don't see more regular people of an older age, people in their 60s and 70s, speaking on national television today. Why do I see people in their 30s and 40s speaking as if they know everything about every issue? And then I think back to when I was young, looking up to the same 30 and 40-year-olds who were also speaking as if they knew everything about every issue. Of course, looking back, it is obvious to me now that these so-called experts didn't know everything about every issue and that they were frequently wrong. So, if that is the case looking backwards where I am today, why isn't it the case looking forward at the current crop of so-called experts? It is the case. The people who you see on national television who are portrayed as so-called experts don't have the experience to make the judgments they're making. Okay, so why are they there? Well, they're there because they are groomed mouthpieces of establishment power. Many of these people come from the Ivy League, where you are groomed into power. While there, you become buddies of those who will one day ascend to the higher echelons of corporate and government power. Of course, the ruling elite are always looking for a few good men. They will certainly take people outside the Ivy League who are willing to sell their soul to the power establishment. They will groom them also and give them nice fat salaries. These people, these so-called journalists, can be trusted to say safe, responsible things that will lead us into what the powerful elite desire. In today's world, that means war. And that is why these groomed mouthpieces are there. Your modern media does not exist to ferret out the truth. They exist to promote what the ruling elite say is the truth. And the truth is engineered in order to produce war, because war makes the ruling class money. In that respect, they are no different than their trailblazing idol in media manipulation, Joseph Goebbels. And that is why the country will fail. We will fail because the vast majority of people believe what the media tells them. And the people, in turn, reinforce this to the people who are presenting the truth. Cranks, crackpots, and dissenters are marginalized as conspiracy theorists or cynical people. So what you get is a reinforcing, reverberating cycle of lies. The media spouts lies, the people believe the lies, and then positively reinforce those lies upon the media experts, who then become convinced of their position. The media experts then double down on their lies. This makes it tougher for dissenters to prosecute their position. The result is often a disaster, as what these so-called media experts then promote becomes official truth. This official truth then becomes the basis, the platform for making future decisions. If your assumptions are wrong, you can't possibly arrive at the truth. But the truth matters little to the ruling elite. They couldn't care less about the truth, because for them, the truth is what they say it is. Even today, the ruling elite cling steadfastly to the Kennedy assassination lie. They cannot escape it. And they cannot escape it because it is the predicating platforms for the subsequent lies which ensued from that being the official truth. Expose that lie, and the pillar of their house of cards falls down. And the Kennedy assassination lie isn't just a lie with regard to the people who killed John Kennedy. It's a lie with regard to the people who covered it up. The Warren Commission was a tapestry of lies created by the leaders of the country. It is an indictment of them and their fitness to rule. It is an indictment of the people they chose to succeed them. It is an indictment of the concept of choosing the best and brightest from so-called elite universities to rule over us. Nazi Germany fell because it was a lie. It was a lie from top to bottom. Our country has become a series of lies also. There is virtually nothing that our country's leaders do not lie about these days. And of course, the goal is war. If they told you the truth, they wouldn't be in power. So they have to keep you distracted into a game that I call Kansas City Chiefs versus Oakland Raiders. And yes, I mean Oakland Raiders. They will always be the Oakland Raiders. You, the average citizen, are to pick one side or the other, and you are to vehemently support that team, no matter what. So the leader of the Kansas City Chiefs would be Sean Hannity and the knuckleheads on Fox, and the leader for the Oakland Raiders would be Anderson Cooper and the knuckleheads on MSNBC. And whatever idiotic thing comes out of their mouth, you are to obey. And you are to accept everything that your team states without question. You are not allowed to jump over to the other team and adopt a couple of positions that they believe in. And so if Sean Hannity promotes this side of the argument, Anderson Cooper and the Raiders will take the other side. Now, a logical, thinking person cannot possibly follow through with this nonsense. But unfortunately, we have hundreds of millions of people in the United States who do. And so we see time and again where either side will support an indefensible issue. And they will get their troops to rally around that position. And all the while that the vast majority of citizens are being distracted by this inane game, the ruling elite are stealing the wealth of the people behind the scenes. But this is the status quo in the United States today. This is the game that is being played. Only rarely do these two teams come together, and that is when the decision has been made by the ruling elite to fight war. Miraculously, these days, everyone comes together when the nation is, quote-unquote, attacked. And that's because the leaders of the groups tell their peeps that war is necessary. There was a time, of course, when one party or the other opposed war. But those days are generally gone. Those days ended because Dwight Eisenhower created the middle way by carving out the moderate parts of both parties to form the corporate party. So in reality, what you have represented by Fox News and MSNBC are the two wings of the corporate party who fight each other on completely non-essential issues. Issues that are usually social issues like abortion, race, and transgendered bathrooms. But when it comes to war, they're all in on war. Even though war rapes the regular people. Even though war represents a net transfer of wealth from middle class to rich. War is now the driving force for our economy. Thank you.